and happy day to you. And acronomically speaking, there are many things we want to learn in the federal government. What does that even mean, Rayna? What the heck is acronomically speaking? Well, that's an acronym. If you're in the military, Fed government, Fed service, anything like that, you know that there's a bajillion different acronyms that people use. For example, CSRS. What does that mean? CSRS or CSRP, sipping on some CSRP? No, it's civil service. CSRS is Civil Service Retirement System. What about FERS? One of the guys that work with us went to a meeting, and there was another group doing a conference where they dressed up as animals. So that's FERS, but no, we are FERS, FERS, Federal Employee Retirement System. So there's that. What else is there? FEGLI, that is Federal Employee Group Life Insurance. Now, if you were military, you had SGLI, which turned into VGLI. They do the same thing. Remember, FEGLI Part B increases every 5 years in cost, just like VGLI did. So FEGLI, Federal Employee Group Life Insurance. What's FEHB? Any takers? Federal Employee Health Benefit. And that's where you choose whether you want to have health insurance through Blue Cross, GEHA, Aetna, Kaiser Permanente, Aetna, United Healthcare. There's a bajillion different versions of them. Remember, your benefits are not managed by the federal government. They are chosen by the federal government, but not managed by them. Who manages FEGLI? Who's one of our favorite cartoons from long since past? Snoopy. FEGLI is managed by MetLife. Okay. Now, let's see here. What's another good one? FedVIP. Well, that's FedVIP. That is dental vision managed by BeneFeds. So that's a private entity that manages your dental and vision as well. Okay. Some people say SBP. Well, that's a very military thing, survivor benefit protection or something like that. But over here, it's just a survivor's benefit. And that's where you can choose to spend a little money to make sure that if you pass away, your honey gets money monthly forever from your pension. Okay, what's another acronym? TSP, that is Thrift Savings Plan. Some people say, because if you say TSP, anyway, the TSP, we're going to whisper quietly in corners about the TSP, the Thrift Savings Program. That's the Fed version of a 401k. Essentially, you put money in, you get a match. If you're FERS, civil service, no match for y'all. But FERS, you get a match of 5% as long as you're putting in 5. And it's a bucket of money that you grow, they grow, it amasses to an amount. But what's the issue? In most cases, you may not have paid tax yet in the majority. So we want to make plans for taxes and things like that, right? What's another benefit? SSA. Well, that's Social Security Administration, and that's your leg 2 of retirement. SSA. Also, if you're too young for Social Security, how young is that one? 62. When you're 62 years of age or older, you can turn on or start receiving Social Security benefits. But there's things we got to watch out for, like how much money you're making at your JOB. And also, how much money could you be making if you waited a little bit longer? Or what if you're under 62 and you can't get no Social Security? You know, Mick Jagger can't get no satisfaction and you can't get no Social Security until you're 62 years old. But if you're under 62 and you retired fully with an unreduced pension, like being MRA, which is minimum retirement age, or over with 30 years of service, then you may be getting the supplement, the FERS special supplement. Some people make the acronym SUPP. I don't care, but that's what it would be. You get a supplement until you're able to reach age 62, which is when you would get Social Security. You see, then there's also a bunch of other ones. There's tons of them, but this is the quickest intro you need. And it's probably a little bit too rapid fire for you, but reach out to me and my team. We can make sense of these for you because they all matter to you. Just because they have acronyms means they didn't want to take up a bunch of space on the paper, right? But in our meetings, we go through what does life insurance mean? What should you keep? What might get too expensive to keep? And then survivor benefit. How much money do you spend? What options do you have? What benefits does it leave your spouse? Who all gets survivor benefits and who will never see a survivor benefit? Who gets paid from life insurance versus a survivor benefit? TSP, who's your beneficiary for that? How are you going to distribute this money? Are you ready to pay taxes on this money? Have you ever taken too much money and paid too much taxes? Oh, the pain of taxes, right? So we want to plan for all of these acronyms to make sense for your life, which we're not going to shorten into an acronym because you are ready to take this next chapter of your life and we can help you do it. Reach out. My number here, 850-450-6500. And we have an entire nation of specialists ready to help. And we do workshops as well. Reach out. Let's get scheduled and at least get started planning because it's never too soon to get planning and it's never too soon to learn these acronyms. We'll see you soon.